Well, there's nothing anybody loves more than a disaster. And that's how Tim has described his warm-up laps for this. So we're going to have some fun at the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix.
You may have fun watching, Adam, but I'm not going to have fun.
And just like your favorite Italian friends, this racetrack has a million names.
It does.
Also known as Imola. One of the better tracks on the calendar, and we may not have it for that much longer. I mean, it only really returned because of COVID.
Yep.
And obviously because we're well out of COVID now, praise be. I think there are now cities around the world, countries around the world who are like, yeah, I'd really like that spot. Italy has 2 races. They're obviously never going to get rid of Monza, so this one seems like the one. So we got to sort of enjoy this because next year, Tim, we may not be doing this track.
Yeah, that's a good point, Adam. Like, it might not be on the calendar for next season. We don't know yet, obviously, because we haven't seen the full calendar yet. But, I mean, all signs are pointing towards it being replaced by something else, whether that's Madrid and Barcelona being on the calendar instead of just Imola. I mean, who knows at this point? But, yeah, I'll be sad to see it go. Look, I mean, the racing here is okay. It's not spectacular, but from a driver's perspective, this track is just so much fun to drive. Like, so much fun to drive.
Okay.
Like,
not this driver though, apparently.
Well, so I've tested here.
So you've driven this track, which is crazy. That's crazy.
Long time ago. It's awesome. I absolutely love it. However, on the sim here, 8 laps was. It was something.
It was spicy. All right. Now, okay, let's once we get into the rolling start here, tell us a little bit about why this track is so fun from a driver's perspective, and I'd love to know a little bit more about what you were testing on this track. What were you doing?
So we were testing back in I can't remember. 07 maybe.
Yeah.
The reason drivers like this track is because it's fast, it's flowing, it has a good rhythm to it. But again, it's also one of those tracks where, if you make a mistake, like, you're going to pay for it.
Right.
Come on.
Like that.
How is that
That's
an
insane.
invalid?
By the way, why they're so...
How is that possible?
They're so quick with the black and white flags in this. Like, it's like they're quicker than the actual races themselves. It's crazy.
But seriously, though, we didn't even go...
No, I know.
4 wheels off.
I know. It's nuts. That's crazy. That's crazy.
It's a little horrible. That would have been a big shunt out. This thing would have been rolled into about 1 million pieces.
Good thing we've got damage turned off. Now, Tim, so you would have been testing here. What kind of cars? What formulas?
I don't. We were testing road cars here.
Oh, you were testing road cars.
So it was.
So that must have been interesting.
Yeah, it was great, man. Like, full suspension systems on it for this type of stuff. Like, it's fantastic.
Oh,
it's like, this part of the world is really beautiful too. If no one's ever been to Italy, like, it's awesome. I was here for quite a bit of time back in the day, and I must say, like, even though I couldn't speak the language, I had like a book.
Did you pick it up?
No.
There was no Google Translate back then either, right?
I had a book for it. Yeah, there wasn't Google Translate back then. We didn't even have a cell phone.
Wow. Okay.
I'm dating myself.
So let's talk a little bit about this because, Tim, you tell everybody where you're from.
Keene.
Keene.
Yeah.
How many people in Keene?
Back in the day, maybe 500.
So you're a kid from a town of 500 people.
About that.
And you're in Italy racing cars.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like, okay, and you're just out of high school at this point too, right?
This was probably about 5 years removed from high school.
Okay, so you're still like 23.
Yeah.
Could you ever have imagined?
No.
Like,
I never thought I was gonna get out of Keene, to be honest with you. I thought that was my life.
That story in and of itself is so cool. You know that, right?
Yeah, you know me.
You don't like to talk about it, but I think that's pretty freaking cool. Now, a track like this lends itself to, obviously, high top speeds, but you obviously have to be quick through the corners.
Yeah.
And, there are teams in the grid right now and don't do that. There are teams in the grid right now who can get up to the top speeds fairly quickly, but they're braking and they're cornering is not that fast. If you were to say, here's a team that's going to succeed here because, or maybe over another track, right? Like a team, we know McLaren's good. We know Max is good. I won't say Red Bull. We know Mercedes has had a good start. We know Ferrari can be good. What kind of team is going to do well at this particular track?
I think like a team like McLaren, I think Mercedes could be good here.
Yep.
Because of the fast flowing combination of corners. It all depends on, I think, also temperatures as well.
Yeah, because Mercedes have been a good cold weather car for 2 years, right?
And that's the thing with this track. I mean, sometimes it can throw up cold weather, actually. It can. So I think, we could see a jumbled up grid, but qualifying will be extremely important.
Right.
But again, if no teams have really made significant upgrades, like I think Ferrari's going to have a big upgrade for this weekend, and that's why we've chosen Ferrari for this weekend. But they should have a big upgrade for this weekend. I'll be curious to see how it plays out for them, because if they can get their tire deg under control, I don't know, this could be a good track for them. It could be a good qualifying track. It might be a good race for them too. We'll have to wait and see, obviously. But yeah, I think out of the top four, McLaren's obviously going to be the favorite.
Yeah.
Anywhere we go.
Yeah.
I mean, they're so good with tire degradation, like it's ridiculous. But
now, a lot of people don't know this, but Imola is Racing Bull's home track.
It is. Well, it used to be, right? Because now they've moved in with Red Bull.
Oh, they have.
Essentially, they've moved close to Red Bull racing.
Right. You can't move right in because then Zach Brown would have a fit. But I'm wondering how many Ferrari fans versus like AlphaTauri, Toro Rosso, now Racing Bulls fans would show up? Like, would you see a higher concentration of fans of that team, or is it's Ferrari fans?
I still think you see Ferrari.
Yeah, that's all you see, right? Yeah, it's Italy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's godly there.
It's Italy's team.
Now, when you are a Ferrari driver getting onto this track, even though it's not your home race, because we all know Monza is, you must feel the pressure a little bit.
Have to.
Right? How do you think a guy like Lewis Hamilton, who obviously he's handled the British pressure very well, right? Done always very, very well at Silverstone, right? Won last year.
Yep.
How do you think he handles the new stress of the Italian fans and how loud and boisterous and fun and how excited they get if you win and how disappointed they get if you lose?
It's a lot. I think Lewis would be able to handle it. I mean, Charles has been able to handle it. Lewis can handle it for sure. It's a lot, though, right? I mean, their reporters are really good, too.
Like the Italian racing reports?
Yeah. They're really good.
Yeah.
They're fantastic. But aside from that, I think, Lewis would be able to handle this. No problem.
Okay.
Pressure from Tifosi and everything. Yeah.
Okay. Well, it also helps, too, if you don't speak or read Italian, any Tifosi Instagram posts that make you look poor, you have no idea. Right? You just have no idea. Okay, and so for the drivers, obviously.
Oh, come on.
I was about to say how much fun this track is.
For real.
In real life, why is it fun?
Because you get to drive a race car.
Yeah, but you get to drive a race car in Miami and stuff too, and that's not as fun, right?
True. Well, I mean, I don't know. It's not bad. I've known some bad tracks.
Yeah?
Trust me. But I love this track again for the challenges that it proposes. I think just the big part about making mistakes is, for me, probably the reason why I like it the most, because any little mistake and you're going into the wall. It's like a traditional track, right?
Right.
We don't really have this. I don't want to say we don't have a ton of them on the calendar anymore.
Right.
Right. Do we have a load of traditional racetracks on the calendar? No, we don't.
No, we don't. A lot of city tracks.
Yeah.
A lot of parade-like tracks where it's impossible to pass.
Yeah.
Okay.
But this is going to be a hard track to pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are the passing zones? Like where are the best places? Obviously, corners are always something that people look out for. But
I would say probably. Let me just.
Just downshift, get through. No, that's fine. A lot of elevation changes here.
I'm trying to think, the best places probably down to turn one.
Okay. I remember I used to have Formula One racing for N64, and this was a track that was on it, and I would. This was a controller thrower, for sure, for sure. And I remember in the N64 version of it, you had to do a speed test, a cornering test, and a brake test, and that would determine what teams that you could make it for. And obviously, I was like 9 years old, so I was really good at the speed test, not very good at the braking or the cornering. And so it would always be like, you can race for Benetton and only Benetton.
It's like, this is how good you are.
Yeah, in one of their waiting. You have an offer from Benetton. It's like, oh, great. That's cool. Everybody wants to be Ferrari because of Michael Schumacher. Benetton. There you go.
You're like Minardi.
Yeah,
there you go.
BAR. Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
yeah, right?
BAR.
Tyrell.
Oh.
Tyrell, I think, was on that. Lotus
Yeah.
was on that. But the Lotus would have been like a mid-pack team, well out of reach.
Was Tyrrell on that?
I think so.
Wow.
I think so. Yeah. Hilarious.
I can't imagine that.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Oh, no.
Ooh.
Oh, we didn't get. How come they didn't black flag us
They missed
there?
it. They missed it.
We're on a good lap.
Don't
too.
question it. Just go.
I am definitely.
Ah! Wait, really?
How is that
Really?
possible? I literally went 4 wheels off.
Oh my God.
That one I put like 2 wheels off. This
All right,
is
are we
brutal.
doing one more?
Let me see how this one finishes.
Yeah. Otherwise, Tim's gonna get up and throw his
I'm
controller.
gonna throw this whole sim out the window. It's up
The
here.
the Tim Sim is not cooperating today.
It's not. I can't believe how many black and white flags we've gotten.
Oh my God.
It's ruthless. Okay, so we went faster, didn't we?
Yeah, I think we did. Yeah.
All right, let's try one.
I'm saying we as if I'm driving. All right, I am going to not ask you
A
questions.
lot of people, Adam, want to see you on this thing, eh?
What? Really?
Yeah.
Oh God.
I get messages.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. You know
They're
what?
like, why isn't Adam driving?
Well, because I'm not a race car
Like,
driver.
all right, well, let's see Adam drive.
You know, the whole point is to see somebody good at it. You know what I'll do? I'll jump in the sim after you for Monaco.
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 You're going, okay.
Because if we're gonna do it, we're gonna do the hard one, the one that really sucks. And I hate Monaco on video games. I love watching it.
I honestly was. No. I want to see how it's like on this thing. I bet you it's going to be a crash fest. We turn the damage on.
Pain in the butt. Yeah. Oh, it's a pain. I mean, listen, I'll be honest with you. When I used to do career mode in Formula One, I would literally I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna go into Monaco, and then in the qualifying I'd crash. So start 20th, and then I get through the S curve and then get down to the ocean, and then I'd crash again right where Esteban Ocon and Pierre Gasly crashed last year.
Crash into the ocean.
Yeah, basically, yeah, like the original Monaco F1 movie from like the 50s.
Here we go.
Yeah, here we go. Are we there? Hey!
I don't know if that's a
big
good
finish, Tim.
I don't know if that's a good lap.
That's a good
or
lap.
not.
That's a good person best. Beautiful. All right, let's get back to the show.